Hi everyone, I'm Joanne and today I'm going to talk to you about the speaking section of the IELTS exam. And in today's video, I will be focusing on part 2 of the speaking exam. Here you can see that the speaking and listening exams are the same for both the academics and general IELTS exam. The speaking exam lasts roughly 15 minutes and is split into 3 parts, with each part lasting about 5 minutes. Today, I'll be focusing on part 2 of the exam. As I said, the speaking exam lasts roughly 15 minutes, with part 1 lasting about 5 minutes. In this section, the examiner introduces himself and asks you to introduce yourself and confirm your identity. Then the examiner asks you general questions on some familiar topics such as home, family, studies, work, or interests. Part 2 of the exam is the individual long term. In this section, the examiner gives the candidate a task card which asks the candidate to talk about a particular topic, and it includes points that the candidate should cover in their talk and instructs the candidate to explain one aspect of the topic. Candidates are given 1 minute to prepare their talk and are given a pencil and paper to make notes. The examiner then asks the candidate to talk for 1 to 2 minutes and will stop the candidate after 2 minutes and ask some follow-up questions. This part of the test focuses on the candidate's ability to speak at length on a given topic, so it is likely that the candidate will need to draw on his or her own experience to complete this long term. Finally, part 3 of the exam is the two-way discussion. This section lasts about 4 or 5 minutes. In it, the examiner asks further questions which are connected to the topic of part 2. These questions give you an opportunity to discuss more abstract issues and ideas. A wide range of speaking skills are assessed, including the ability to communicate opinions and information on everyday topics and common experiences and situations by answering a range of questions, the ability to speak at length on a given topic, using appropriate language and organizing ideas coherently, and the ability to express, justify opinions, and to analyze, discuss, and speculate about issues. You are assessed on your performance throughout the test by certified IELTS examiners according to the IELTS speaking test assessment criteria. The criteria are weighted equally and the speaking band score is the average. Today I'm covering part 2, so it's a good time to focus on fluency and coherence. So, what is fluency and coherence? Well, fluency and coherence refers to how good the candidate is at talking at the right speed and how good they are at connecting their ideas together. The candidate needs to be able to understand and follow the rules of language at a word, sentence, and text level. Here you can see the marking criteria for fluency and coherence. As you can see, you can at times hesitate, repeat yourself, or self-correct, but you should be able to speak at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. As I said, part 2 is the individual long term. In this section, the examiner gives the candidate a task card, which asks the candidate to talk about a particular topic. It includes points to cover and instructs the candidate to explain one aspect of the topic. Candidates are given 1 minute to prepare their talk and a pencil and paper to make notes. The examiner then asks the candidate to talk for 1 to 2 minutes and will stop the candidate after 2 minutes to ask 1 or 2 questions on the same topic. In this section of the test, I recommend drawing on your own life experiences in your answer, since you will need to speak at length. Knowing the meaning of a word is much easier than using it correctly. Let's see if you can use some holiday-related words correctly. Look at the options and try to select the correct one. Our options in number 1 are rural or countryside. Our options in number 2 are 2 people watching or people watching. Our options in number 3 are city or urban. Our options in number 4 are to pamper or being pampered. Our options in number 5 are holiday or on holiday. Pause the video here to make a note of your answers. Now let's check the answers. Number 1, it's a beautiful rural area. Number 2, I like people watching. Number 3, it's in the city. Number 4, I love being pampered. Number 5, when I'm on holiday, I try to relax. I suggest making a note of any that you find confusing or difficult. Here is an example task card. The task card says, tell me about a memorable holiday you took. You should say where this holiday took place, when it happened, what happened on this holiday, and explain what was memorable about it. Your teacher will ask you 1 or 2 follow-up questions and then give you some feedback after. Now, during the planning time, I suggest writing 1 or 2 words per bullet point. Then, when you are speaking, you can move your hand down as you cover each bullet point. This will help to ensure you cover all of the points. Let's take another look at the question. The question was, tell me about a memorable holiday you took. You should say where this holiday took place, when it happened, what happened on this holiday, and explain what was memorable about it. So, in my example, I'm going to write the following words. Harbin Snow and Ice Festival, January 2017, ice sculptures, beautiful, cold. Remember, you have 1 minute to prepare, so use your time wisely. After your preparation time finishes, your 2-minute speaking time begins. So, I could start with my first bullet point and say, one of my most memorable holidays was when I went to the Snow and Ice Festival in Harbin, China. I would then move on to bullet point 2 and say, I went to the Snow and Ice Festival in January of 2017 during a holiday from work for Chinese New Year. I would then move on to the third bullet point and say, I mainly spent my time walking around the different exhibition areas, admiring the giant sculptures. I remember one beautiful snow sculpture that was of a huge Buddha. I would then move on to the next and final bullet point and say, it was extremely memorable, as it has to be one of the coldest places I have ever been. I remember at one point walking across a giant frozen river. Also, being in such a frozen place, surrounded by one-of-a-kind works of art, is breathtakingly beautiful. Now that you have covered all 4 of your bullet points, you can speak about the experience until your 2 minutes are up. I could also say, this holiday was amazing and memorable. It gave me the opportunity to go somewhere I have never been before. I got to experience a climate I never have before and see so many beautiful things. Now it's your turn. If you haven't already, please get a pencil and some paper and write down 4 bullet points on it. Here's your question. Tell me about the worst holiday you have ever been on. You should say where this holiday took place, when it happened, what happened on this holiday, and explain what was bad about it. Remember, you have 1 minute to prepare. You should write 1 or 2 words per bullet point. When your 1 minute is up, your 2 minutes of speaking time begins. When you're speaking, don't forget to move your hand down as you cover each bullet point. This will help to ensure you cover all of your points. Let's take another look at the question. The question was, tell me about the worst holiday you have ever been on. You should say where this holiday took place, when it happened, what happened on this holiday, and explain what was bad about it. You can pause the video here and time yourself for your preparation and your practice speaking. When you're finished, check your answers against the marking criteria and try to think about what you could improve next time. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. My fellow Intrepid English teachers and I will be back again soon. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and check out our other videos. You can find loads of useful links in the description below. Let's get started.